I'm very happy to be the new owner of this beautiful piece of equipment, a 1977 Commodore Pet. I'm going to be making some changes to it, but before I do, I need to tell you what it is and what it was. In computing history, the Pet is massively important. Known as one-third of the 1977 Trinity, along with the TRS-80 and the Apple II, these computers were the world's first real appliance computers, complete systems presented in an assembled and tested package. At least, that's how this 1977 issue of Byte magazine described them. There's a lot of data on why the Pet was so important, but it mostly focuses here on the inner workings. And while we could talk about the data set, the 6502 processor, or the basic programming language, that's not why I love it. I'm here for the exterior, because while this computer is a relic of the past, the exterior design is the design of the future. The strong sheet metal case, the angles with a tilt that evokes a mission control center, NASA's maybe, or HAL's. And then there's the typeface, Euro-style, which we see in the film here, and everywhere. Of course, even if you couldn't see the Pet, the Kubrickian influence is right there in the name. Yeah, right there. This futuristic design earned the Pet a prominent role in cinematic history. Whenever an art director needed some equipment for the secretary of a top-secret spy base,
I believe this is yours, number 11.
An interstellar spaceship's command module,
There. That's what I saw.
or even Captain Kirk's personal computer, the Pet had a home.
Don't mince words, Bones. What do you really think?
For how well the Pet's case is designed, the technology within, after 43 years, is undeniably out of date. These days, most computer users don't store data on audio cassettes, and our monitors aren't so thick. In the design of the Pet, a thick CRT monitor is built into the device, a singular entity, input and output as one. It sends a strong message about the computer as a singular unit, a complete appliance. Contrast this with the device's competitors, the Apple II and the TRS-80. These devices are collections of separate elements, and they were always presented as such.
There's a small television set here, a little keyboard here to type out your messages, and here is just a little cassette recorder, the sort of thing any of us would have in the home, with an ordinary little cassette inside. Alongside it here is the Pet computer. Now this one costs a bit more, it's £695, but you can see why. It's all in one piece. Obviously they are very attractive at present.
Another way the Pet shows age is in how it's painted, in off-white, almost beige color, in stark contrast to the pure whites of A Space Odyssey. This color was a requirement imposed by the need to sell the Pet. With the Pet being marketed towards schools and businesses, it was expected multiple orders might be placed over time. An office of smokers will alter the color of a white computer. An off-white device stays off-white, keeping an expanding office looking relatively uniform as new computers are added. Ultimately, the Pet feels like an anachronism. Sleek lines but thick screens, analog tape with digital data, space-age form with an earthy tint. One foot firmly planted in the old world of the analog, the other steps into the uncharted potential of a digital future. The technology itself might be outdated, but that technological optimism shines almost as bright as ever, and in my opinion, should be preserved. So that's the goal. Update the Pet for the My Pet project.